Hello and welcome back to the recap show. This is Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, season 17, episode 8. We are at episode 8 already. So I'm your one of your co-hosts. My name is
Uh-uh.
Camel 2 Wong Fu. And my other two co-hosts,
I don't. You're home?
Camel 2 Wong Fu. Come on now, you see the references.
I don't know if I like that
It's a
one.
play on Camel Toe, but it's Camel 2
No,
Wong Fu.
we understand.
We got it.
Y'all be hating.
We
Just
got
hating,
it. I
just
don't know if
hating.
I like that
All
one.
right.
It don't-
We should have workshopped that before you
No.
decided to go
Come
with
on,
it.
let's go.
Okay. Well, I am the headmistress.
Come on, headmistress.
Go ahead, mistress.
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm.
And I am Beatrix Devereaux, hence the pearl.
Oh, I thought you was going to say Beatrix Kiddo, which is one of my favorite characters. But
So yeah, I am paying homage to Beatrix Kiddo and Dominique Devereaux.
very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm digging the names today. So, this was the Rusical. This was actually a very good episode, I thought.
I knew you was going to think that.
I felt like the girls finally woke up this episode. I felt like everybody kind of did well.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
Minus the lip sync. These girls are just not lip syncers. They're not.
Yeah.
They are not.
Yeah.
What was your overall thought of the episode then?
Well, I'm not a big fan of musicals or rusicals. So typically when we get to this episode, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I've liked any of the rusicals besides the one that they did in like Willow Pills season. I did enjoy that one.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, okay. So in general, I'm just not a big fan.
But talent-wise and looks-wise, this episode in particular, I felt like everybody finally showed up. Like, it feels like the competition has finally started.
Okay. Are you talking
I
about
agree with that.
runway or the challenge or both?
Both.
Both, for real.
Okay. I think I was kind of bored with the runway, to be honest.
Were you?
I
Well, let's
was.
get into it.
Okay. All right. So we're starting out with Miss Girl. This Miss Girl.
All right, Susie, I'm not mad at it. I like the look. I'm not here for her attitude, though, anymore. I'm over her.
I'm going to slightly agree. It's like she went really high over the last couple of weeks, and now it's like her head has gotten really big or whatever, and she just cannot see the fact that you aren't really you. I don't know. It's some, yeah. She's kind of losing some of my favor. This was a safe look. This was a safe look on the runway. Hence why she was safe, both in the challenge and in the runway.
She thought she did better than she did, though.
Susie is a victim, not the right word, but Susie is a product of allowing the competition to get to her. She can only see the competition, which is not making her a pleasant person. Like she has this. She even said now she has a rivalry with Anya. Girl, the rivalry is all on your side because Anya ain't thinking about you.
That part.
It's giving. Yeah, she, like you said, she can't see the forest for the trees. Like all she sees, like she just wants to win. She wants to win, and she thinks she's doing better than she is.
Yeah.
At this point in the past 2 weeks, she hasn't really done well because she's getting in her own way.
Yeah, and I don't think I don't know if she I don't know if she really takes into account like the talent of some of the other queens like Anya, because I really think she thinks that she's going to be the best, mainly because she has this background in musical theater and blah 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 blah. But some of these other girls are eating you up. This week, last week, like, you know, you're maybe good at what you do, but sometimes you're not, and sometimes there are people who are better.
I am glad that Lexi called her out for trying to do the same thing that she did with Drag Race Live.
Yeah.
As far as like trying to just put her, like, she wanted things the way that she wanted them, and Lexi was like, no, you got your way for Drag Race Live, you're not getting it this time. And I think she wants to constantly put herself in these positions that's going to make her look the best. Like, all of the girls want to look the best at every stage, but you don't have to put down other girls to do so, and Susie is at the point where she's putting other girls down.
Here's the thing with Susie. There's this thing, like, when you're in high school, right? And then you leave high school, you're the big fish in that small little pond. But then you leave and you go to this big pond, and now you're the small fish. She still thinks she's the big fish in that small pond. Girl, you're not. You're in a huge pond. And yes, you were good. You were probably even great where you were. But when you are putting yourself up against these other girls, you're just not competing. And I think that's where the delusion sets in. She's not seeing herself as this smaller person in this vast pool of talent. You're talented, but when you compare your talent against other talent, it's just not stacking up.
Yeah. And I think it didn't help, obviously, that she won a couple of challenges and she did do well. I'm sure that inflated her ego.
Absolutely.
Even more. And I think this week is really showing that, like, her competitive nature is really coming through. To your point, Ronald, I do like the fact that Lexi. Ronald?
Disrespect.
My bad, Beatrix. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I like that Lexi did call her out, because yes, girl, you got your way last time. Scoot over this time. You cannot always have your way. So yeah.
All right, next
up.
I thought she did really well. I think she looks good here. The black works for her. It's giving Wednesday Addams glam. But Jules is actually surprising me.
In a good way?
In a good way.
Okay.
In a good way. From, like, Snatch Game kind of really turned it around for me. Like, she did really good in Snatch Game. And then even in this week, the whole Galinda of it all, or whatever, like, she's surprising me. She hasn't really looked bad. I haven't been a fan of all of her looks, but this week she looked really good. She performed really well. Jules, she's giving top 4 energy. She's not gonna win, but she's giving, like, top 4, top 3 energy.
I'm with you.
I agree. I agree.
I can see her top 4 for sure. I think she did well in the challenge. I honestly kind of wish she would have played into the Nook slip. Like,
I don't think she noticed it.
She didn't know.
I don't think she
noticed it. Well, that's what
I'm
saying. I wish she kind of would have been so present in the moment that when she did notice it, she would have played more into it. Because I think part of that particular role was you had, like, really big breasts or whatever. So she really could have played into that. But she did well regardless. This runway, I didn't really care for it. To me, it was very flat because it was all black. Like,
no, but so hold on. Let me just say something about that. And I believe Rex had made a comment about this a couple seasons ago when they wear black. In order to do black, you need to do different types of textures and finishes of black. And I think that I felt like I got that from it. Like, there's a lot of shimmer in it. You can see it. I don't know. Maybe you need to upgrade your TV, child.
Get rid of the antenna.
Yeah.
Take a closer look.
I don't know. To me, it was flat. I would have at least liked a different color hair, because everything was black on black on black on black on black.
But she was giving Wednesday, though.
Did she say that, or are we just giving that?
No, one of the judges said it. Yeah, one of the judges said it.
Okay, so probably not her intention.
I'm sure it wasn't her intention. Exactly. I thought she looked good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't look bad. I'm not saying she looked bad. I'm just saying it just looked like, again, I would have loved a contrast hair. That would have just really made it pop for me. But because everything was black, it just looked very
monochrome.
It was very flat. Even the umbrella was all black. There was no contrast color. There was no color in the. So I was like, okay. But to your point that Rex said, somebody else did all black in this same challenge, and it did do what it was supposed to do. So I'm like, okay, Jules, but this was a good week for her. She was obviously, was she safe or was she in the top?
She was in the top.
Yeah.
And she deserved it.
They had like a top 4 this week as opposed to a top 3.
Okay. So yeah, she was decent.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up. All right, so I have to say, I actually like this look on her. I love it. It flowed for me.
I don't know how I feel about that headpiece.
I actually like that.
I'm not sure about the headpiece either because she tends to do headpieces a lot. Um, I
Like
don't
head.
I the headmistress. um, I um I don't hate the look. I actually don't mind the look. Um, but I am getting a little tired of her Michael Jackson nose. Like I don't like the way she contours that nose.
Yeah, I would
Um,
agree with that.
Finish your thought.
I think her makeup is really pretty, and I like to see her in a bone straight black wig. I think that the wig combined or the hair combined like with her makeup, I think I can start to see what she's doing because it does look really good. Um, but I didn't hate this look. I think it looked pretty good, and I didn't mind the headpiece.
Speaking of Michael Jackson, we can talk about it more, I guess, when she comes up. But have you seen Corey's shenanigans on?
Oh, I,
It's given
On what?
mental. It's given a cognitive deficiency.
Oh, like terms.
I mean, so I've come across her videos doing Michael Jackson twice, but I have not watched them. So what has happened was I'm scrolling, I see her in the Michael Jackson makeup,
Uh-huh.
and then I sit there and I pause for maybe 1 second, and then I scroll on. And so I don't even know. I've not heard her say anything. I'm just I acknowledge what is happening, and then I say, no, I don't want this in my life.
Well, unfortunately, I have the unfortunate pleasure. It's not. I can't even call it pleasure. You know how you see something you can't unsee it, or you can't like
Yes.
you're watching something that's like you can't
Yes.
stop watching it.
Mhm.
The pretty red.
Yeah, that's.
That's yeah. I don't. I'm. I'm not going to insult anyone with any cognitive delays by attributing any of those to Corey because I don't think that is the case. I just think she's just an, wretched. I just think she's wretched.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. But anyway, are we ready to move on?
Yeah. Next.
Whew. Okay, I liked it. I
Love
enjoyed
this.
I love this.
That's what I love right there, where she pulled the cane down because you thought
Yeah.
it was part of the parasol.
Yes, I liked it. I wish she would have kept the cane really throughout the whole runway and just walked with it and really
Walk with it.
Yes.
I loved the hair. I loved the breastplate. I loved the hat. She came, and honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I'm surprised she wasn't in the top. That whole trio, the Lion,
Yeah.
the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, they did really good.
They did. They did. This was a good runway for her. This is what I mean by a contrasting hair. She did an all black dress, and it was all black, but she had a contrast of hair.
And I mean, the breastplate was gold. The hat, the hat had some gold in it. I thought that the color combination and how she put it together, and then the styling of the hair was really important because in order for her to pull up that look, it needs to have that Asian flair, and it did, and it looked so good. It looked she looked rich, bitch.
She looked good this week.
Yeah, she did. Her dress, as she said, was inspired by Schiaparelli. I am a big fan of Schiaparelli, so I appreciate that very much. It was good. It was good. So good job this week, Lexi. Speaking of top four, I see her top four as well. Maybe top three, honestly, if there's a top three. But
from the very beginning, I said that I thought that she could win this.
She has to step it up a little bit though. She's just been constantly safe.
Yeah.
And her being in the top last week was a mistake. Like she didn't even do that on purpose. So
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she has no wins at this point. But she's performing well, but she has no wins. So I
She
can
won
see
the
her
first
going.
week. She won her first week. She won the talent show.
Oh, did she?
She did.
Oh, okay. Well, she has one win. Did she really?
Yeah.
We'll have to go back and watch the
Okay,
footage
I guess
again.
I'm gonna take your word for it, child. So she has one win. I stand corrected. But yeah, I mean she's doing well. I see her going far, but I don't see her winning, especially
Here's the thing.
considering you have Susie, you have Anya. I think Sam just got her second win.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's kind of falling
But
behind.
I wonder if she was waiting to turn it up. And like the danger in doing something like that, have that strategy is that, you could have a really off week and go home and then your plan just fall apart. But I
Yeah.
feel like this week it's like she just like, all right, I'm turning it up and I'm putting it in full gear and we about to go. So I'm looking for big things from her in the upcoming week.
Well, famously, that strategy does not work, and the girls have been red on the runway for that, like in seasons past, where a lot of girls they fall in the bottom and they're like, "Well, I have so much great drag to show you," and the judges be like, "Well, girl, where is it? Why haven't you shown it to us? Why are you waiting? If you go home, we won't be
We'll
able to
never see it.
see it. So
Yeah.
bring it to the runway every time." Why y'all
Yeah.
gagging? So she bring it to you every ball.
Every
Anyway,
ball.
so yeah, I don't think that's her strategy because remember the first week and second week she came out strong. She had the MTV astronaut look, like
Oh
she
yeah.
did things. So I don't think that's her strategy. Some I just think sometimes she does really well and sometimes she has really great ideas and then other weeks it's a little bit weaker.
False flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Next. I'm not mad at this look at all. I thought she
Okay.
actually did pretty well. I thought it was a good look for her.
I agree. I liked this. I would have liked a little bit more. I don't exactly know what more means in this look, but it feels like it's missing something. But I do like it. I do like the fact that she did like a dope. Well, technically she did a triple parasol because she was holding one and then she had two in her hair, which I thought was very cute. That like nobody else did something like that, so I thought that was really cute. Um,
I love how she designed it because think about it. When she had, because she was in the bottom, when she had to lip sync, the way that she was able to take it off and it
yeah,
still looked presentable
yeah,
was smart.
very smart, very smart.
I honestly, I don't think she should have gone home this week.
You think Corey should have gone home this week?
Corey
Yeah.
should have gone home. Since when is it not a carnal sin
Come
for a
on.
wig to fall off during a lip sync and the queen stay?
This is twice now this season. Twice.
Back to back.
Back to back. I don't know. I don't know when they changed that. I don't know when that changed that. Well, you know what? What was pointed out to me when I watched the pit stop was Acacia took her shoes off. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
Acacia
she
took her
did.
shoes off during the lip sync. So that also may have deducted some points from her in the lip sync.
Acacia
But
also didn't know the words.
oh, I didn't clock that, I don't think. So that's probably why she went home. Well, that in her performance. But we said last week, oh my gosh, she's still here, and then this week now she's gone.
Now she's gone.
But once again, I wouldn't have been mad of a double elimination.
Like why is that not a thing? Because
I think we're past due. We're past due for a double elimination.
we
I don't think
are.
you're going to get it at this point though. Now we're 8 episodes in. If they ain't do,
These girls.
if they ain't do it yet, they're not going to do it now.
Yeah. I don't. And to be honest, the Acacia's part or that part in this Rusical, I don't know who could have done that well because the song was so slow and boring and I was just like, girl, what is this? Why would anyone pick this role? It was just so drab that I was like,
honestly though, I would have loved to see what Susie would have done because she was fighting so hard for it.
I guess I was like, okay, girl. But it's unfortunate. Now, what I will say this week, was that Acacia's legs and thighs and ass was doing it for me. They got a lot of airtime this week, and I'm thankful for it. Acacia got that lower body.
You need a moment?
Ooh, I do with them thighs.
Acacia,
it's
if you're
unfortunate.
watching or you're listening this,
You are appreciated.
yeah, reach out.
At least your lower body is. All right, so
Next.
moving on.
Come on now. I loved every minute. I was just soaking this up. She's not doing any wrong for me.
If I'm being honest,
I loved it.
I did not like this on the runway. However, when she posted her pictures, it photographs really well. And whoever styled her photo shoot for this look did really well. I didn't really care for it on the runway. I was distracted by the lipstick on the teeth. It just, I don't know. It didn't do it for me on the runway. It looks good, but it didn't do it for me on the runway. Her challenge, she did really well as Dorothy, but of course she would have. She's a theater kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't appreciate how they were trying to edit her in this episode, trying to make it seem like she was being difficult to work with a little bit, because the Jules comment about her being a diva when she's taking instruction or anything, she wasn't being a diva. She was just trying to learn the steps, and obviously she even said she doesn't pick up choreography quickly.
Yeah.
So she was just trying to work through it. So I didn't appreciate the way they tried to edit her this episode. But Anya, she can do no wrong for me in this moment.
I agree with like everything that you said, including the runway. It was an okay runway. To me, it just, I don't know. It not that it fell flat. It was just like,
So, okay. You know what though? For me, I think what it was the transparency of the outfit, being able to see through it, but it having structure. I don't know. It appealed to my architecture side, and I just loved it. You know, even the parasol, like how it was transparent, but it still had structure, it still had form, and she just looked good. And it's always about how you present these garments on the runway, and I feel as though she always just puts, like, her poise is just that good. She can pull off anything. She could have wore Lexi's tarp and made it look even better.
Yeah.
I guess to me it doesn't seem. I mean, it fits. I don't know. To me, it's like she could have walked. This look I feel like can be placed in any other challenge. Like, it just so happened that she also has a parasol with it. Like, so the garments themselves, or the garment themselves, don't read anything that has to do anything with a parasol to me, besides the fact that she has a parasol. So to me, it's like a disconnect in a way.
I totally disagree, because it's the materials that she used and how she paired them together. For me, the outfits and the parasol were the exact same construction,
sure,
and how she applied it.
Okay.
And for me, that was like, it was symbiotic.
Okay.
It was perfectly paired together. I don't know. I think that's where we'll all disagree, because I just love this look on her.
Well, I think TJ and I are on the same page.
Correct.
Yeah.
As far as yes, but the whole thing with Jamal Sims and that whole thing, I was like, I said the same thing. Like, she's not being a diva. I'm not seeing this in the way that y'all are presenting it. I'm not seeing it in the way that y'all are editing it. I'm just seeing that the girl is not picking up the choreography as quickly as.
But we've known that about her from the very beginning, and then she got on the stage and she killed it.
And she killed it. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay,
what
so
does
y'all
it matter?
want.
Most of these girls don't pick up the choreography in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all want every girl to come up here and be like, instantly get it. That's not gonna. What are you talking about?
And to that note too, like, Jules wasn't even getting it, like, when he was trying to show it to her, and nobody said anything about that.
Yeah, I'm just like, what?
I didn't appreciate. They tried to make her look like something else was going on when it wasn't.
It was almost like they had to throw it in there so that she wouldn't be in the top, or that she wouldn't win.
Yes.
Because that was the only negative critique. Was that she didn't pick it up She didn't pick up the choreography quickly.
But what does that mean? That means nothing because
That's
like
what
when
I'm
it came on
saying.
stage, like she murdered it.
It's not like she struggled when you were trying to
She
teach it to
didn't.
her. It's not like she missed a step during the Rusical. I'm
Exactly.
confused. What are we talking about here? But anyway,
Well, the other comment that he made was just like, you need to come and kill this because Ru and I love this character and we, they associate with it so much. So like I feel like they tried to put this added pressure on her. They're like, if you don't come close to this, we're just gonna send you home because this is something that we need to see because we love it.
and yet
I don't know.
and she did well regardless. So
She did.
She killed it.
all right, next up.
Nice gowns.
Great gowns, beautiful
Great
gowns.
Good look.
Even because Arietti was a scarecrow, right?
Yes.
Overall, it was a good work. It was a good week for her. I feel like we've kind of seen this silhouette from her before, so it wasn't anything like special. She looked nice. She always looks nice. I don't have much to say about her this week.
Me neither.
That's okay.
And that's kind of the thing that what's one of the things about the Rusicals that I don't think I like is that I think it creates a lot of spaces for being safe. Because you have so many girls playing so many parts, and some parts are smaller than the others, to where you have a lot of girls that end up just being safe, and so you're just like, okay, so you're obviously gonna have some really big parts that are gonna stand out, and then you're gonna have some big parts that stand out for a bad way. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, but here's the rub on that comment you just made. There are parts that are really, really big, and there are parts that are really, really small. And then like what was some girl's name that played Dorothy at the end?
Okay,
sure.
Okay.
Clearly he forgot.
She was horrible. I didn't like her at all. It was like she did nothing with the role. It was very flat. It read one note. I was just like, okay, girl. Whereas you had other people that had smaller roles, even like Homegirl that did the two monkeys. Like they were really good.
Were they?
I thought so. They had small roles, but they did well. They stood out more than Acacia.
But Corey was in the bottom for that, so
yeah. But here's the thing with Corey. Corey put himself behind and made himself seem smaller than he actually was.
But Corey's just not good at it.
Well, that too, but still, he still did better than Acacia though. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Sure.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next up.
In her mother's gown.
Yes. Did you notice? So we didn't notice that. We didn't pick that up until this morning. We were driving, and she actually wore her mother's gown, the exact same gown from All Stars.
Oh no, I didn't realize
it was from Celebrity Drag Race.
Oh, well,
it was the exact same dress.
Yeah.
Well, now in that case,
because I was when she walked out, I was like, yes, this is a look for you.
It's
but now that it's been shown that her and her mother wore the exact same dress, it's like,
I mean, but it wasn't clocked because she won this week.
Yeah, so. The judges didn't pick it up.
It looks good on her. Like and it's not like we haven't seen people wear other people's garments.
The same thing
in some way or not. Corey wore freaking Monet's exact Work the World tour outfit on the runway earlier this season.
Okay, that's fair.
And think about how many times Olivia Lux wore somebody else's hair on the runway. Seriously.
Well, I feel like hair's a little bit harder to do.
Not when you wear the exact same. Olivia, remember, Simone did the boxing look. And then Olivia Lux turned around and did pretty much the same exact boxing look in the same season.
I think that may have just been a coincidence, to be honest.
There wasn't no coincidence. Olivia just never mind. Anyway,
yeah. So I did not know this was Trinity's gown. But Sam does look good.
Because who watched Celebrity Drag Race anyway?
Hello. But I mean, I will say, why would you wear the exact same gown? Especially a gown that has been seen by a lot of people as well. That's my thing. But anyway, I did not know that, so I'm not even going to include that in my critique. I think Sam really showed us this week that she's a contender. I think Sam will probably go very far, if not one of the finalists. as she was, I think, walking the runway this week, I was like, could Sam win this? I mean, the whole
I
competition.
don't know about winning.
So, to your point, I remember, I think I told y'all the first episode in Meet the Queens, Sam was the only one to me during Meet the Queens that gave winner energy.
Oh.
And then the season started and it kind of dwindled. But I can see her coming, because the thing is, judges love it when the contestants take critique. They have told Sam, we want to see more personality. We want to see a less polished Sam, and that's exactly what she's given these past 2 episodes.
She was giving shares.
So
yeah. That's the love of your life.
Child.
That's the love of your life right there.
So
He loves me.
Sam could very well. Sam could very well be a contender, to your point.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think she could be. I think she is. Clearly she is. This is her second win, so.
Yeah.
Are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Please.
Oh my God. Okay.
Lana is another one. I feel like she finally woke up this
Yeah,
episode.
like she decided she got a little money. She got her tax refund. She went to the department store and got her dress.
Not a tax refund.
Not even just the look, but her Tin Man was really good.
Yeah, it was.
Like, she actually competed this episode. Like, I mean, I get why she was safe because there were other girls who were better than her, but she finally, I feel like we finally are seeing Lana and what she says she's capable of.
All right. I barely remember her performance.
Oh, it was good. I thought it was good.
I will have to take your word for it.
Go back and watch that. Go back and watch it again. I think you'll feel differently.
Okay. Once again, another all black look that I didn't necessarily care for. I think it did have a little bit more texture than Jules, but again, I would have loved a different color hair. So
she could have done a white hair, like
give me something that's gonna contrast this, just all of this black. So this was a safe week for her, and I don't disagree.
A deserved safe week.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, or least, pretty much.
Yeah, because she went home. I can say I did not hate this look. I agree with who was the guest judge? What was his name? Adam
Lambert.
Where it could have used something like, maybe it could have been like a sparkly dress, because it was a little flat, but I didn't hate it. I feel like this is probably the best Corey has looked, and that's not saying much, but this is the best that Corey has looked this season.
Yeah, but here's the thing that got me. I was like, all right, she did this. The hair looks good. Her makeup looked good. It was somewhat, I mean, it's kind of the same silhouette to a certain degree, but it was different. But then when she went to go do the lip sync and she took off the bottom part, I was like, damn, there's a silhouette again.
And not even the silhouette, them damn shoes.
What the fuck?
Those shoes, child.
Listen to me. They need to take them out backstage and just all of them take a pair, because she got enough for everybody, and just burn them in a bonfire.
Listen, y'all not gonna get that girl out her shoes. You're not gonna get her out her shoes.
But they're not even cute.
She said they good to dance in and walk in, apparently.
But she didn't walk in them. She had on like ruby slippers. She had on ruby pump.
Yeah.
On the runway.
Uh-huh.
But oh God.
Yeah. So yes, I agree. This is the best that she has looked all 8 weeks or whatever. When she turned the corner, I was like, oh my God, she's wearing a dress. I'm shocked. I didn't know she had one of these. Oh my
Her
God.
hips aren't out.
She's wearing a hair that's not blonde and big. I didn't know she could do this. So I'm like, okay, well, it's about time, Corey, to give us something different. I appreciate it. But yeah, I agree. It could have used some embellishment. It could have used something because, yeah, I mean, while cute, it was a bit flat compared to some of the others.
I really want to know the story behind why she's getting so much airtime, though, because every week it's consistent that she gets probably the most screen time than anybody else in those confessionals.
Because for some reason they find her entertaining.
Mm-hmm. The same reason Plain Jane got a lot is because they are shady, they are controversial, I mean, they're good TV. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, going back to the fact that apparently you can still win a lip sync with your wig falling off is wild. It is crazy because the girls have certainly gone home. But you know what? Well, no, her wig didn't fall off. I was thinking about Queen of Flips, Maya. She took her wig off.
That's different. Being intentional about it is one thing, but
but she
when
didn't
it
have
falls
anything
off
underneath it, that was the
I was
problem.
about to say, yeah, if you're going to take your wig off, something has to be under it,
and not a skull cap. Yeah. So, but yeah. So I'm thinking, ooh, what if next week it's Lana and Corey in the bottom?
Double elimination.
It won't be because next week is a design challenge.
Who do you think is going to be in the bottom?
But Corey does not.
Oh yeah, neither one of them know how to sew.
No.
Correct.
So it could be.
Who would you want?
God, send them
if
both
it's
home.
not a double elimination between those two, who do you want to go home?
Corey, I guess. Corey because she's annoying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lana, if she were to go home, she wouldn't be missed because she's contributed nothing to this show, really, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would. Okay, I'm reminded of something that happened. I think it was in this episode. Somebody asked. I think two of the girls were having a conversation, and one of them asked the other, "Do you think Lana is the lip sync assassin of this season?"
Oh yeah.
Is she?
No, she's not.
A lip sync assassin? Just because she has survived lip syncs,
that
lip
part
sync
does not
maybe
a lip sync assassin make. No, girl. Absolutely.
No,
in fact, there isn't a lip sync assassin of this season. We ain't got one.
Nobody can lip sync.
Nobody.
Not one person.
Girl, no. Absolutely not. What do you talk?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So is that it for this episode,
y'all?
I think so.
That is it.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I actually enjoyed this particular episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the girls do next week. But again, thank you guys for watching these videos. We've been really enjoying the uptick in viewership every week. So don't forget to like this video, to subscribe, and then also hit the notification button so that you get notified every time we drop a new episode. So you guys, what are your overall thoughts and conclusions before we wrap up?
Overall thoughts, it was a decent episode. I thought, like I said in the beginning, I felt like everybody kind of woke up and came to the competition this week. The tops were the tops. I guess Sam deserved to win. She did well. It could have gone either way. I could have seen Jules winning this week, but Sam won, so it's fine. I'm not mad at it. And Acacia deserved to go home.
We forgot.
Yeah, I would have been okay with Sam or Anya winning. I honestly thought Anya was going to win this week. So I would have been happy with either of them winning. I think they both did well. I would have been happy if Lana or Corey had gone home this week, or Acacia, who obviously did go home this week. Yeah, that's about it. Like I said, Rusicals aren't my favorite episode of the season, so I did my best to make it through.
Okay.
And you made it.
And I made it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, listen, from me, Camel, to Wong Fu, and my
Child, you need
other
to think about
two
that.
other co-hosts. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you guys next week for another episode of the recap show. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
There's
Shay.
this.